Hello, aspiring stars. Good evening. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right spot on my computer and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Yes, I am. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna invite some of my people on here. Hello, guys. Happy Veterans Day to our veterans out there. Hello. And I'm seeing some comments. Yay. Okay, so happy Monday. It feels like a Sunday here. We have been celebrating Veterans Day with our veteran all day, just hanging out, having a good old day. But I am, hey, Crystalina, coming on here to talk to y'all, hopefully without dropping this, about social media. I'll put y'all down on my desk a little bit. Hello. Now I see people coming in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this going so we can go ahead and start talking about, there's so much to talk about social media and I'm not gonna go super long tonight. I do wanna start off by saying that there are so many trainings, information, tips, ideas for social media on YouTube. I know myself and a few of the other SSDs that are helping with this program have a channel, so make sure that you are watching obviously these weekly trainings and doing the challenges, but you're also training yourself outside of this group because that's really just added bonus to your business. So congrats on making it this far in the program. This has been amazing so far with tons of information. But tonight I'm going to come and talk to y'all about social media, which is what we're on right now. The two most important things, if you don't hear me say anything else tonight, is I want you to use social media with intention and be consistent. So I want you to be intentional and I want you to use it consistently. So very important, okay? Because social media is a business tool for us. My personal business, about 98% of it, I would say, is run on Facebook. So I use social media every single day in my business and in my life. It is a double-edged sword sometimes, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's a free business tool that we get to use for our business and we get to use to reach so many. But we have to keep in mind the reason that we have social media, or that most people have social media that are outside of our business, and that is to be social. So that is to talk to people, that is to entertain people, that is to use it to connect with people. And it's not just, it shouldn't be just an infomercial for your business, okay? So you're gonna have to use it intentionally, which means you're not just posting whatever you find right away. You're not just throwing stuff out there hoping it sticks. We're sharing authentically, and within our business, we're going to share about our products and we're going to share about the Scentsy life. And doing all that again while we're being social. Okay. So, I like to use, if you're stuck, there's so many different levels in social media, or that people use social media. Some people are just on here for information from their teams. Some people, they run their business on Facebook. Some people are really good about being consistent, and some people only post in their VIP group. So whatever that is with you, and maybe you fit in another little box, just know that that box can be opened and changed at any point that you want it to be. You just have to make the decision to do that and change how you're using your social media. So let's talk about Facebook first. So like I said, I primarily do Facebook parties. That is the majority of my business, always has been. I joined in 2017, but I really started doing Facebook parties in 2019 when I started to run Scentsy like a business. So on Facebook, I obviously have all of my groups that are my Facebook parties. I do at least one a week, which doesn't sound like a lot, right? But when you add that up, that's 52 a year. That's a lot of parties. That's a lot of people I'm meeting. That's a lot of hosts. That's a lot of potential teamies. And that, again, is my minimum that I like to do. I don't like to do a ton more in my personal business because I like to give my full attention to a party. I also have a VIP group that I post in daily, 7 days a week. Now, am I on my group every single day? No. I use the post feature. I use the schedule feature in the group. So I am showing up daily, even though I may not actually be trying to figure out what to post, or I may not have that group. I may not be going to that group every day, which honestly I do. Your personal page on Facebook is a huge one that a lot of people miss the mark on, because they will say things like, I don't want to be spammy, or I don't want to bug my family and friends that don't use Scentsy. So when people say things like, I don't want to be spammy, the thing that I tell them is, then don't be, right? When your friend is sharing their favorite coffee at Starbucks, do you think it's spammy? No. When someone is sharing an Amazon find and they share that Amazon link, do you think it's spammy? No. Right? So it's the same thing with Scentsy. If you are sharing authentically what you love, what you use, going into detail and actually showing the product and taking selfies with it, showing that you're actually using our products in your daily life, it's not going to be spammy. Now, if you're taking stock photos from the workstation and you're posting those every single day, that's going to be spammy. So if you don't want to be spammy, don't be spammy. Take a step back, look at your social media, look at the content that you're posting, and ask yourself, if I was on the receiving end of this, would it make me feel good? Would it be something that I was interested in, right? So we're going to share on our personal page. Okay. My personal, goal right now for sharing, and always has been, is one personal thing a day and one, Scentsy thing a day. And it may not even just be like product related. It could be something that is personal that has Scentsy in it. Okay. And that's because everyone knows, whether they're my customer or not, that I'm the Scentsy person, or I'm the Scentsy girl. I've had many referrals from friends that are not customers, but they know I sell Scentsy, and they refer people who are looking for someone who does. Okay. So we're sharing on our personal page, and we're doing that consistently. Again, this is a free tool for our business. And though our VIP groups, our customer groups, are hopefully one of the main focuses in your social media, and I say that because that group is an opted in group. They are literally in your VIP group or your customer group to get updates on Scentsy. Now, is that the only thing you share in there? No. Again, it is social media, so we are going to share some personal things. There are interaction posts that I've been doing the last couple months that I've really skyrocketed my VIP group. And that has people interact about non-Scentsy related things, but I do share Scentsy in there every single day as well. Stories on your Facebook are super important. That is what comes across the top of your Facebook. Maybe you look at people's stories. You should be sharing Scentsy in there as well as your personal stuff. And then some people have a likable page. So that is just, for me, it just says Whitney Hebel Scentsy Superstar or something like that, where if they are searching online, they can find that page there. That is something that I usually cross post to for my personal page. Don't really love that because the personal aspect of the relationship isn't there with a likable page. So that's just something to keep in mind. When you're using something like Facebook for your business, and like I said, this is like a whole different training, but when you are using something like Facebook and you're doing Facebook parties, having them added as a friend and then being intentional about what you're sharing with them, letting them get to know you as a person and not just the Scentsy girl, is so important. That's a game changer in your business, because they're going to realize that you are a mom, you are a dog lover, you do love the beach, you love tacos, you're funny, you like to get people's opinions, whatever it may be, and you're not just Scentsy. People are going to be able to relate to you. They're going to say, oh my gosh, I love dogs too. Or they're going to say, I'm a mom too with older kids or younger kids or babies or whatever it may be. But using your personal page is so, so important. The other parts of social media that you can be using is Instagram. Using it in your personal, your feed, your stories, and reels. So who in here does reels? Because we're going to talk about those tonight too. And then the other one, which I've been dabbling in a little bit here more recently, is TikTok. I've gotten a teamie from there recently. I've gotten a few customers from there. And that one is something that I am personally trying to be super intentional about and what I share there, to get to know people on that. I don't see any comments about people doing reels. Anybody doing reels or TikToks? Anybody? With social media, a lot of people don't post or don't share. Okay, Kim Marie does reels. Okay, awesome. They don't do these things consistently because they're waiting for it to be perfect. They're waiting for it to look a certain way. They're waiting for the music to match exactly. They don't think it's the highest quality. And yes, there's always room for improvement. No one's perfect. No one's going to have the perfect social media, but don't wait for it to be perfect. Go out there, get on there and share intentionally and share your authentic self, and people are going to love it. Okay. Get on there and make some content. We're not using the excuse that we're waiting for it to be perfect or that we don't like the way we looked. If you go to my personal page, you will see multiple videos of me with literally zero makeup on, my headband on from working out, and my hair a mess, okay? I'm telling you, those videos usually do a lot better than the ones where I actually have makeup on. Don't let the lack of experience stop you from doing it. Don't let the reason of not knowing all the ins and outs of a reel or of a TikTok stop you from making it, because most people that you see on social media that are killing it and that maybe it does look perfect to you, they didn't take a class in it. They weren't trained in it. They took action and they learned it by doing it. I guarantee you some of these really famous people, you go back to their older stuff and it's going to look just like everyone else's, but they have learned and they have evolved to make better content by doing it with experience. Okay, so getting on there and playing around, seeing what the buttons do, seeing how you make captions or how you put music on there or whatever it may be. Do not wait for it to be perfect. I mentioned this already, but take a look at your social media for the last few weeks, and I want you to ask yourself these questions. So if you're taking notes, write this down. What are you sharing? What kind of content? What does your page look like? And I'm talking about your personal page. Your VIP group, honestly, that should be, if you're struggling with that, the advice I would give you is to hop on there and do some interaction not related to Scentsy. I can share, it is not my work, it is another director that does these interaction posts daily. Like I said, that's what's really helped mine, but make your VIP groups personal, just like your personal page. But take a look at what you posted on your personal page and have some self-reflection. So what are you sharing and how are you sharing? Is it all posts? Is it all videos? Is it all reels? Is it all stock photos? Is it personal photos? Is it real life photos? Is it whatever it may be? Do a self-reflection of what your page looks like, because it should not all be the same. They should not all be stock photos. Personal photos are always going to be better. Always, always, always. My personal go-to for real life photos, if you don't have the product on hand, that's okay. Don't feel like you need to, because someone in the Scentsy world does, and someone in the Scentsy world has shared it and allowed us to use it. You're gonna either search on Facebook, or my favorite is Pinterest. And they just like refurbished their search engine again. It was really bad there for a while, but here lately it's been a lot better. You will see like our sale that we just had. You won't see me sharing a stock photo unless it's something I can't find a photo of, because I'm always sharing a real life photo of it. They need to see that it is in someone's home, okay? Because those Scentsy they have some good marketing. All the other Scentsy consultants are using it too. So how are you going to set yourself apart? Another thing is, I already asked, is it a bunch of stock photos, or are you genuinely sharing what you love? Okay, so that's the other thing. What's your thing in Scentsy? Like, what is your go-to? Is it wax and warmers? And I'm not saying it just has to be one, but there should be some consistency in what you're sharing and how you're sharing it. So what do you use daily in our business? Maybe you wipe your counters down every night with Counter Clean. Maybe you spray your bed every morning with Scentsy Fresh. Maybe you turn your Scentsy air purifier on every night. Maybe you turn the new Scentsy air on every morning. Whatever that may be, share that and share it consistently. So if you're turning something on every morning, share that you're doing that every morning. Hello, guys. If you're just hopping on, make sure you watch the replay from the beginning. And if you are watching the replay, let me know. Are you sprinkling Scentsy in, or is it all Scentsy? Or maybe it's no Scentsy, right? So we want to get to the part where it is at least 50-50, if not more like 60-40, and 60 personal, 40 Scentsy. You want it to be more personal, your page to be more personal than it is business. But there's also a way to share the business in a personal way, okay? You will almost always see that when I'm talking on my stories or I'm doing a video, there is something in the realm of my life that is Scentsy, whether it be a warmer in the background or maybe it's, I don't know, there's Scentsy everywhere. So there's always something Scentsy in my videos. And people have picked up on that. They're like, I always see the Scentsy. And I'm like, yeah, I use it. What I use is what I'm sharing. And they know that I'm authentic in that. I'm not just trying to make a quick buck, right? I really genuinely love these products that I'm sharing. The other part of your social media that I want you to take a look at and have that self-reflection is, are you being social on your social media? This has been a game changer for me too. When you are sharing something on your personal page or anywhere, VIP, stories, any of that, and someone comments on anything you're doing, you always reply. I don't care who it is. I don't care what they say. As long as it's nice and it's positive, I want you to respond to it, okay? Because you don't ever want a conversation or a comment to end with them. You want to take the initiative on social media to be social. You want to talk to people that are talking to you. Not only is it going to help your algorithm, and not only are all those comments going to boost your posts for other people's feeds, that's a huge perk, right? But people are going to know that you're going to respond to them. There's nothing worse than going on to someone's post and asking a question and them never responding, right? So make sure that a conversation never ends with them, that you always have something to end with. That is also in Messenger. So if someone's responding to your story like, oh my gosh, I love your shirt, you can say, yes, thank you so much. I got it at Goodwill for $5. Whatever it is, make sure you're keeping that conversation going because we want to be social on social media. We used to be, if you're around in COVID years, we used to be able to post and pray is what we like to call it. So we used to just like always throw stuff out there and people be like, oh, I'm at home, I need new scents. Yes, and that would work. Posting and praying is not working anymore, okay? So though you should still be sharing consistently, it's what you do after the post that's going to make the difference in your business. So we're posting and we're taking action. Just posting to social media is not an income producing activity, and something that I always will preach in this business is income producing activities. If you want the income, you got to do the activities that produce that income, okay? Can it bring you income? Yes, it can. But what you do after the post is what matters. Again, if you posted a picture of the new Snow Wonderful warmer and someone said, oh my gosh, I love it. My grandmother used to always have snow globes, Not only are you going to respond to that comment and something heartfelt and authentic to who you are, but you're also going to send them a message. Hey, I would love to send you the details of the warmer if you want to try and get it for half off, or whatever that conversation looks like, that follow-up to that comment, to make that post income producing, right? So it's what you do after the post that's also important. We're not just going to post something and post our link with it. We're not doing that anymore. We're building the relationship, we're having the conversations, and we're making those relationships even stronger through social media. But just like anything with our business, we have to be consistent. We have to be consistent in using it. You don't ever want your customers to wonder where you are. Whatever that looks like for you, like I said, my goal is to post one Scentsy thing a day and one non-Scentsy thing a day. I don't do that every day. That's my goal to do that. That's where I am in my business, and that's where I am in my social media. Maybe for you, it's 2 Scentsy things a week and 1 personal thing every day. or maybe it's one personal thing every other day and one Scentsy thing a week. Whatever that looks like to you, pick some type of schedule and stick to it for at least a month or two, and don't just stop because you didn't get results after one post. Okay, you have to be consistent with it, and you have to be consistent for a very, very long time to, one, for the algorithm to catch up to you and your change in your social media, but also those same people are going to start seeing your content. Okay. Checking out my notes, see if I missed anything. Sharing your Scentsy post, or really any post that you're sharing, should be authentic to you. So if you are taking someone else's post, copying it and pasting it, your customers are going to know it's not you. They know what you sound like. They know how you talk. Like I said, real photos and videos will always go farther with people, but make it sound like you. I always tell my teamies, you are welcome to use anything that I share, but I ask you to, one, give it some love before you take it, and to change it up to sound like you. I do not want anyone copying and pasting anything that anyone says in this business, because that takes away of who we are as a person and as a business owner. The sharing aspect of this business in Scentsy is amazing. It's like nothing I've ever seen, but we do have to put our spin on it. We have to make it our own. We have to make it ours. Oh, I'm just seeing comments over here. So I will follow up with the comments after I'm done. So one thing I do is I work smarter, not harder. So my Instagram is connected to my Facebook. So usually anything that I share to Instagram, it's always automatically shared to Facebook. My Instagram is public because I want to reach people, which means that there's not a lot of pictures of my kids on there. Okay. I went through my Instagram and cleaned those all out because I get weird about that kind of stuff. So you will see on my Facebook, if you're my friend, you'll see pictures of my kids. But if it's posted publicly on my Facebook, there's not a lot of pictures of my kids, right? But you will see a lot of public posts of Scentsy, because when someone's Googling or looking at Facebook and they're looking up Scentsy, my name's going to pop up. Okay. So once I do share it to Instagram, it will share to Facebook, or I can just share to Facebook publicly, and I usually tag on my likable page. So that's also another place that it's going to show up. Okay, so anything I make is always shared in all the places. So if I make a reel on Instagram, it's automatically shared to Facebook. I put it in my stories on Instagram, which means it's in my stories on Facebook. And then I also post it on TikTok, okay? I also share it to my VIP group, because here's the thing. Even though I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, some of my customers are barely even on Facebook, okay? So I do like to ask my customers too, where did you see this? Where did you see the info of this warmer that you want to get? Because I want to know where they're seeing me. But it's also another reason I also do emails and text too, because even though I am on all the things, Scentsy's not in the forefront of their mind. So while I'm telling you to post on all of these platforms, it's a great opportunity to get your name out there and to meet other people, but your current customers too, also their bases need to be covered, okay? So the last thing I'll say about social media, and I said at the beginning, it is double-edged sword. It is both a blessing and a curse, because when you're on social media, you're going to see a lot of things, but I would suggest that you use social media with blinders on, okay? Because you're going to see a lot of things that maybe don't sit well with you, or that you don't agree with, that maybe shift your mood for the day. And that is something that only you can control. So I would suggest that if you're seeing something on social media that doesn't give you a good vibe, or maybe you find yourself comparing yourself to them a lot, maybe all you're seeing is consultants in your feed, unfollow them, all of them. No good vibes, comparing yourself. If all you're seeing is consultants, unfollow them. You'll still be friends with them, but they won't show up in your feed. A lot of my friends are unfollowed because I want to use my Facebook as a business tool, which means I'm really focusing on my customers and seeing what's going on in their life. So use it with blinders. Know that it is a tool in our business that we can use, and that really can slingshot your business to go bigger and better places. But you also need to make sure you're taking care of yourself and your heart and your mind. So that's what I have for y'all on social media training. I'm going to post the homework, and I just want to again say congrats on being in this program and doing the hard things and putting yourself out there. This week's homework is going to be challenging too. Know that if you have any questions, you can put them on this video or reach out to me. There's just so much information about social media that we have to really pinpoint on what we're sharing, how we're sharing, and who we're sharing it to. So I love you guys. Have a good Monday, and I'll see you guys soon.